So this video is a couple of months in the making for sure. A few months ago, I went on a bit of a thrifting binge, and throughout that binge, I was able to acquire 3 of the most iconic Barbie movie dolls, and it wasn't even intentionally. And I'll be totally honest, I am definitely not a Barbie stan by any means, but when you're a collector and you've been one as long as I have, you kind of learn just through passing which dolls in a certain brand are the most popular. So I knew when I saw all of these Barbie movie dolls that I had to pick them up and give them a hair restoration today. As you're seeing, the 3 dolls that we will be restyling today are Barbie as Annalise from The Princess and the Pauper, Barbie as Clara from The Nutcracker, and last but not least, Barbie as Odette from the Swan Lake movie. Now, I did thrift these dolls individually from different places, but they were all actually in a pretty decent condition. They were, of course, missing some things like their shoes and some of their crowns, but overall, they didn't have any major flaws, so I was definitely excited to get these girls restored. So because I have no clue where any of these dolls have come from, I always like to start out with a bit of hot water. So I will rinse off the doll's body in some hot water and get off as much of that surface dirt as possible with the water. And then what I'll do is go in with a toothbrush and a little bit of baking soda. And I'll start by scrubbing down the doll's face first. I like to make sure to do this very thoroughly. I like to make sure to get into the eye sockets, into the mouth, just to remove any set-in dirt that might be in the crevices. I'll make sure to do the exact same thing to the body, and then once I'm done, rinse again in some hot water. I usually repeat this process twice just to make sure the doll is extra clean. And once the body has been rinsed, I'm gonna go ahead and cleanse the hair. I usually use Dawn dish soap for this, but I was definitely out of it. So instead I used a clarifying shampoo from Suave. I feel like it definitely gets the job done just as well, as it's just a harsher version of a regular shampoo. And of course, once I'm done washing out the hair, I'll just go ahead and rinse her again in some hot water. And again, I like to repeat this process twice. And then what I feel like is the most satisfying process, which is conditioning the hair. When the hair is really matted, I like to kind of put the conditioner in the hair pretty generously. It just makes detangling and getting out that matted hair so much easier. I recommend using a conditioner with a lot of slip. This one from Suave, again, is pretty cheap as well. So yeah, as you can see, it just really nicely smoothed out Clara's curls. And of course, if you're interested in knowing what products I use for my dolls, it's always in the description box down below. And of course, I'll just repeat these exact same steps on Barbie as Annalise. Now, her body does have that little voice box on it, and honestly, I wasn't too concerned about it working still, so it did probably take in a little bit of water, but that was fine with me. I actually still haven't tested to see if she still sings, but yeah, just keep in mind, don't worry, I didn't too much care if she still worked. And last but certainly not least, we'll repeat those exact same processes on Barbie as Odette. Just something to note, I believe that there are two variants of this doll, and the variant that I was able to find is the Kanekalon variant. And through my research, I feel like there may also be different face variants as well. I'm not sure how you determine which variant is which. I don't know if it's a different country makes, but yes, just something to note, she has Kanekalon hair. Just something to note, because she does have Kanekalon, what I did slightly differently is I did run her hair under some hot water to kind of smooth it out. For Clara and Annalise, I'm actually going to do a boil wash because they do have saran hair. I've honestly done the boil wash dunk on my saran haired girlies so many times on this channel, so you probably understand that that is the best way to smooth out saran, and especially if it's second hand and frizzy like these were. Okay, so moving on to reshaping and recurling the hair. So because these girls do have saran hair, I will be using the straw curling method. I have done this method about 1,000 times on my channel, so I did speed through it. But if you want a detailed look at it, I will link in the iCards above my tutorial to curling saran hair. But essentially what you do is you just spray down the strand with a little bit of water just to give you a little bit of control while you're curling the hair. Then you will take the hair with your dominant hand and wrap it around the straw. And once you've smoothed the hair around the straw all the way to the end, you'll take a straw that is split up the center to secure the hair to the curler, and you'll just repeat that process over and over again until you make it to the top of the head. And of course, the size straw that you use will determine how big the curl is. I will say on Annalise here, I did want a slightly bigger curl, but it ended up being smaller. It all ended up being fine in the end. I'm so deep, it doesn't make any sense. Alright. 사랑이라고 하기엔 너무 이른 것 같아. I won't let 꽃잎처럼 난 따뜻한 햇살 아래 깨어나버린 flower. 어느새 너지 alright. 깨어날 수 없는 예쁜 꿈만 같아. So when it came to curling Odette, I did use the roller technique instead. I do wish for this technique I had have used either bigger straws or didn't go all the way to the root, because she did have a ton of volume in the end, and yeah, it was a task to tame it. So once all the girlies were in their curlers, it was time to set those curls in the hair. So we are back at the bowl with some boiling water, and I just dunked all of them in the boiling water for just a couple of seconds to a full minute. And then of course, to fully set that hair in place, I dunked all of the girlies in a ice bath to cool down the curls. So sorry guys, I did not show the final styling process because they all basically have a half up, half down hairstyle. So hopefully you're not too angry with me about that. But yeah, I would love to know in the comment section down below which one of these restorations was your favorite. I will definitely have to say my favorite, surprisingly, was Clara. I'd also like to know, do you own any of these Barbie movie dolls? Or what is your favorite Barbie movie doll? Let me know again in the comment section down below. But I know guys, today was a slightly shorter video. I promise you the next one will not be this short, but there is some big changes coming to this channel. I have been kind of hinting at it on my Instagram, so if you follow me there, you probably know what's coming. But I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!